Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another ESEA Intermediate broadcast. I am Cole Exner McHenry, and today we have Evolved Gaming taking on Destroy the Odds here. It's going to be a really good matchup. Both teams are sitting pretty high in Intermediate over in European Division. I believe it's going to be Evolved Gaming with a perfect season so far. They're sitting at 7-0. They do have a forfeit win so far, but we'll be hopping into the game here shortly. Just finished up knife round, and it will be DTO getting their side selection as well. But yeah, I mean, a lot of Inferno games from this DTO roster. I mean, so far this season, it's been only Inferno and Mirage with one single Mirage, or I'm sorry, only Vertigo and Inferno with one single Mirage game sprinkled in there in their last matchup versus Gaming Eric. So today versus Evolved Gaming, they should have, at the very least, a more comfortable map in this one, though the same is true for Evolved. They have played only Overpass, Nuke, and one Inferno game so far this season, so very similar, at least in terms of sticking to maps there, and in the best of one formats, there's no surprise. We're probably going to be seeing a whole lot of that, but either way, into the piss around we go. Leon's going to be taking some fights here towards the bottom of mid. Long range with the USP. Perfect chance to try and find an opening frag here. As instead, it's going to be K taking that exchange and forcing Leon off the angle here. Inky Winky with a lovely set of dualies. Going to join up in his teammates here with a bracket set up to try and hold down the line. And Evolved Gaming, they might be walking into a trap here towards middle. Flashbangs are going to start to roll on out here. The utility as well. They're going to start to make their maneuver. The USP is good for one through the smoke. Here, Zero will find it eventually and dive on out of the angle. Now we get put into a 4v3 here, and it does seem like they're going to rotate off of this B-bombs, or rather A-bomb site, into the B-bomb site to meet Gospel. Not good for the kill just so far, and it will be opened up. Nice frag from Raymond. Into the 3v3, we equalize, and the retakes are coming in very quickly. Raymond's good for another here. Zero right around the corner. He's going to go for the trade, and the clock will reign true. One more frag from Raymond, and they're going to double down onto Leon, peeking forward here. K's good for the trade, and it will be opening pistol round going in favor of Evolved Gaming. Huge. Get that T-side pistol around for Evolved. That'll be a little bit more comfortable heading into this matchup. Make you feel a little bit better. As they will be bringing out these early AKs combined with the MAC 10s coming through from Static and Sean. Rather shunned. My apologies. Nice little nade bounce right there. It actually doesn't connect, but it's good to try and find some damage onto a player that's jumping up, or maybe even a boosted silent jump up in that balcony position. As we're seeing more defaulting come out from Evolved Gaming, it was a nice fake that they were able to throw in that last round. They were able to read out that stack coming through. Flash set up through the smoke. Devs is going to be taken down here pretty early on to put the man advantage back into Evolved Gaming's favor. We're going to put it into a 2-2 setup here. 2 players in A, 2 players in the B bomb site. And I guess that is best case scenario considering you are a man down. Frag's going in from Brazy. Zero with the scouts. Good for a tag, but I think they're going to readjust off of that frag coming through from Daisy. Back to this A-bomb site. I might have spoken too soon here. The fight's going to come through from Gospel. There's still a scout to suss out. They've got to find an answer for that, but as that smoke towards CT spawn comes in, they're pretty much going to be able to easily walk their way in towards site. No questions asked. Raymond through the smoke's good to find that frag on a Zero. And now we enter into a 1v4 here for Tinky Winky. Oh, it's a nice little 1D. Spamming through the smoke does some good damage on a Raymond to make this a little bit scary. Getting his util out as well now. Maybe a gun recovery can be a goal to work off of. Just try and get a Mac 10 or a scout to try and save up into that next round. But it does look like he's going for damage here as he continues his endeavors through coffins. We'll get a chance here. Holding the angle. Oh, he's found himself another. He's got to check this boost. He finds some good damage on a K. He almost made it possible, but Evolved Gaming instead close it out 2-0. As they move on really solid fashion. Five-man stack here towards the A bomb site. They're going to run it down mid. Should be a little bit of a meat grinder situation here. So, yeah, the AKs are going to rain on out. Firing down the range of middle. And that one, pretty much a throwaway for destroy the odds here as they move up to 3-0. Now the weapons finally coming out for the CT side. Gonna be super solid stuff. Going for a little bit of a banana aggression setup here. Molotov's going to rain on in. That'll certainly deter Raymond from going any further. This banana control will be successfully taken here from the CT side. We'll see if they can hold on to it. They've used quite a bit of utility here, but if you take a look at Gospel, he's got no smokes. Another smoke gets recycled, but it is going to fade away here eventually. Gospel's good for a frag here, going for another, not quite going to be gifted that. He's going to group up with his teammate here in the back. Banana actually gets boosted up as well and can maintain a good position to fire down towards this B-side defense. Immediately put ourselves into a 4v5. This smoke going to head in towards the top of Banana here. Flashbang to follow it up here. Gospel doesn't fall off the perch. Instead he goes for the fight, and that opens up Banana here. A great start into the round, but a non-committal from Evolved Gaming. As they equalize into the 4v4, there's no need to rush. It's already caused 2 rotations into the B bomb site. But as they slow things down, it does make you worry. To destroy the odds have started to stack over towards this B bomb site. They might be executing into a little bit of a trap here. Really good defensive setup coming through from Devs and Zero. Op in hand. They'll be able to just fire down the line here as they peek in a little bit early for the smokes. No CT smoke just thrown yet. And this is going to make this so much more difficult to enter into. Zero gets one through the smoke. And it's just Raymond waiting for the flash here. He gets taken down as Destroy the Odds open things up with a lovely first gun round. Very solid stuff coming through from the defensive setup. Now we got more gun rounds underway. Evolved Gaming's money hasn't been broken just yet. Look at this aggressive peek though, and Zero's good for another frag here. Finds the opener, and on top of that, it's the op of Raymond that he's been taken down as well. That's a great start into this one. Alleviates so much pressure. Oh, Devs. What a one-tap right there. He's going for another. That was disgusting, though. Shunt, see you later. They're going to readjust towards the top of mid. They're heading into this brackets position. But even still, there's a lovely setup here. 2 players. If they peek Boiler, it's certain death. There's a pixel angle for Tiki Winky. And they're both going to fire down range. It's just tapping away for Tiki Winky to find that frag under the head of Daisy. Rather Preasy, I'm sorry, for Tiki Winky. Goes for seconds and we'll find it, but it is a trade to come through from Evolved. K's good for it. Flashbang set up here as they have made their way in towards the pit. Spam coming down the range, and Leon's going to find the last one. DTO, get a second round. We'll see what is going to be a pistol round setup coming through from the T side. They won't have much to work off of here. Going to head into the round. Just going to be Deagles upgraded upon Tech 9s and 2 Glocks. So a little lackluster of a buy here for Evolved Gaming. Double up setup here from the CT side. Oh, Devs, you got to be careful. Throws that molly a little bit deep. He's going to be round down. He's good for 1, but he's given over an op here to his opponents. And maybe that's just what Evolved Gaming need here. They've gotten themselves a primary to work off of. Gospel has dropped down to smoke to deter any further aggression into this B bomb site, but still, I mean, that's a little bit of an overextension coming through from devs. Need to get that molly down towards the top of banana and fall out of the hard position right there for sure. At the very least, he was able to trade 1-for-1, but this op in the hands of Raymond can be super scary. It can change what should have been an easy round into a more difficult one. Okay, gonna take brackets control, making some presence here in the A side of things, but they've flashed out one. Not for long. Static, he gets easily cleaned up here, no questions asked. The issue is here, K has slipped the gap. Going in towards CT spawn. I think that Zero's good to react to this one, so a nice recovery here, but still only going to leave Gospel in this back position here. Zero finds that flank kill, and Offingo comes through. Gospel good for 2. It's tied up 3-3. And we'll get that up. No questions asked. So despite a little bit of a mistake from devs, it doesn't get punished from Evolved. So all is well. We tie at 3-3 here. And so far, once these rifles have been brought out, it's been all destroyed the odds all the way. DTO having no troubles swiping away these gun rounds from Evolved. We'll see if we see more of the same in this one. Early ops control might be attempted here, but same for the CT side. I mean, this is certain death. Kinky Winky's going to go down, no questions asked there. He'll be found out from behind. And there's a man advantage finally for Evolved Gaming. Haven't seen this in quite some time. Zero going to maintain his position towards the top of brackets here. He knows he needs to go back for more. He's found himself a first. Oh, but a missed one. And that'll be a trade there from Sean. They're going to continue their rapid to the site. And yeah, Leon, he'll be taken down from behind. As I think this is going to be a save from the remainder. A-bomb site, one of the hardest sites to retake. So, going for this one would mean certain death on the 4v2. And yeah, that's what we're kind of seeing right now. The bomb will slowly tick away. See another round for Evolved. Finally able to answer back to a gun round. On top of that, Raymond's grabbed himself a nice little AWP to work off of. Still though, because of these rounds being cleaned up in very clean fashion from DTO, the CT side economy is looking very healthy. A pause has been called here. Not sure what side. But you'd have to imagine it would be from DTO after losing that round, maybe trying to figure out what exactly went wrong. And I think truly it was just giving up that opening frag. A little bit over aggressive in terms of peeking down range with that apartments push. As the pause expires, we'll go back to this double up setup, which honestly I very much liked from DTO. It's been working out very solidly. And we'll get back into things here. Standard 3-2 setup here. No funny business coming through from either side. Seen DTO take early banana control. They've changed the pace. They've kept the pressure on. The likes of Evolved Gaming here. What's this little lineup that you're giving us, Gospel? Oh, a little banana retake utility. Just waiting for a footstep or some noise to be made here before he throws that one down. And you can see he's able to hold this position because of his AWP player holding down the line. Really solid setup from DTO. I like this quite a bit. Smoke comes through from the AWP player of devs. And we'll see what sort of fruit this round can bear. Interesting smoke. That one could not have been a lineup. I mean, I've never seen any smoke like that in my life. I don't know what that was. Might have been a missed smoke there. Either way. They throw a top of banana utility. They also flashed in for Gospel, but the flash doesn't go deep enough, and that's going to be just Devs left on the site. He gets that molly down. He's not able to find the flick just yet. Going for the no scopes here. He's going to be overwhelmed. Luckily, he does have his teammate close by, and they're able to double down. In fact, triple down here. He's playing so patiently. He gets flash banged by his teammates to allow for him to stay alive even longer. And Devs might just be the hero that DTO need. The ops reign true, and it's the double up setup from Devs and Zero that get the job done. And a very worrisome round. Devs staying alive there is so critical. Living for forever in that new box position has set his team up for success in the best possible way. Now we're looking at a half buy-in here with the Tech 9s, and granted, these rounds have become a little bit scary, you know, considering the fact that we did see Devs die with that op, but Winky here, rocking the no silent stay for, or A1S. This is, what on earth is this? What on earth is this? What are you doing, Tinky Winky? Well, it's working out quite nicely. Maybe this is a unknown meta that we're seeing, as he might just get the on-silent stim for ace here. Oh, he just needs one more. This is unbelievable. Get your ace. Oh, he spotted him out. Come on, find it. He just turned around. Oh, no. 3 HP off of the ace. What a tragedy. Aesthetic. Left into the 1v3. I think this would go as bad as you'd expect. He's made some noise here in the balcony, and eventually he'll go down. God, I would love to know what his thoughts there are on silencing that A1S. And he doesn't want the surprise factor. He wants them to let them know what they're dying to. Lovely little 4K from him, and very close to the ace as well. Now weapons is being brought out here from DTO once again, though. Early peek coming through for Devs. Molotov scares him off the aggression. Takes a heavy bit of damage as well. Down quite low, can't afford any mistakes with this sort of HP. Retake banana utility coming through. Gospel can't even use this retake utility though, as he's been mollied off. You can see that Jund. Let's just push through the smoke here. Try and take some early ground. Ooh, this is a tricky angle to work off of. Doesn't have any support here, Leon, but does get that smoke down. Just pretty huge. One flashbang though, and that'll mean certain death. Now he's got a group of Zero as well to help him out. You just get forced off the angle with that Molotov, and Zero going to be forced to hold off Moto. Nice flashbang here to scare him off, but if he goes for any peek, he's able to line up one frag. He needs to fall off in towards sight. He's made his way around the gap, and helped out from Tinky Winky, who finds one kill in apps and does some great damage on a Shund. Now it's just Raymond left into the 1v4. Op in his hand, and I don't think he can get anything done here. No time even, and it looks like he's just going to go for the save in this cubby. What a brilliant A-hold coming through. Nice work off of each other from Tinky Winky and Zero. Able to play off each other's angles quite nicely. A-side defense, it always comes down to some communication. Right there we saw a good bit coming through from the two remaining players on that A-bomb site. A timeout's been called here. This time, I would have to imagine, from Evolved Gaming, trying to figure out how they can maintain their perfect record so far this season. That's what you'd have to think. So far, this defense has been pretty solid. I mean, once the guns have come out, DTO have gone on a 6-1 run, only giving up one round where maybe they did get punished for a little bit of disrespect in terms of pushing. But other than that, these gun rounds have been super locked down, and you can see it in the economy as well. A good, fair chunk of change here from the CT side to work off of. Gonna walk in towards this B-bomb site, though. Flashbang's good. Forces divs off the line, and a re-peek would mean certain death. As that's starting to be held from the AWP player of Evolved Gaming. A reposition towards coffins. There's 2 smokes still left in Evolved Gaming's back pocket. They can throw that towards CT. They can throw that towards... Oh, but there's a flash through. Gospel's going to get flashed in. 1 kill in. He does some great damage onto Interflow, but he is found out from the op of Raymond. A lot of information as they start to make their way through. It's only going to be the op to defend here. In the back of Newbox, we've seen this success before. He finds himself the first. He gets immediately traded. And Raymond with the hero op. It's good to find another. Through the smoke, though, Zero's going to take one down. Molotov towards the back of Newbox as well to make things even more scary. And now they're going to wait for the flank of Tinky Winky. It's so hard to say that name seriously, but it's hilarious. Either way, they still have good retake utility. A banana smoke, I don't like this all that much as they do have a flanking player. This doesn't make much sense. Either way, they've lined it up. Tinky now forced to go through that smoke here. He's going to make his way through. He sees the op, finds the first, but now it's just going to be on a K, who's found himself 1 kill, but needs to find another. And time's starting to expire. It's going to be stuck here from the AWP player, and he's able to clutch it out. K, good for the 2K. An explosive B-side setup here is going to be what wins them the round. Oh, here you gotta be careful here. Raymond holding down the line. He doesn't go too far though. You make sure to not overextend in his position. Instead redirects his attention towards alt middle. What on earth? Tinky Winky is so bizarre here with the unsilenced A4, A1S rather. Smoke to deny any sort of fall off here. Flash is going to be exchanged back and forth towards Banana. I've never seen anyone use this before. What is the benefit? I've got to know. Oh, that is such a nice angle held from Prazy. Gospel, he is going to find himself 1, immediately traded, and push through the Molotov. Devs is going to maintain equilibrium by finding that 3v3. Secondary op coming through as well, but the play seems to be going towards A. K waiting to phase this smoke. Okay. Leon. Pass was holding down the line. They've stacked over 0 back in this A-bomb site here. 31 seconds left, and the bomb's towards the top of Banana. That should give up the game as to where exactly Evolved Gaming are going. It's going to be that B-side finish here, and it's up to devs to close it out. There's going to be a smoke for coffins, though. At least there should be. Hasn't been thrown out just yet. A leg shot in. He's going to go back for seconds here, but he knows Raymond doesn't want to give him up that frag here. They're going to start to jump peek. No, just a plant coming through from K. And on top of the oranges, Zero's good for the kill on top of the smoke. And it will be maintaining that man advantage. K's going to try and phase it. This is going to be so dicey here. 1 kill in and a swing through the smoke. Devs is going to hold down the line. And DTO get a 7th round in the post plant. Diffusing that one up as 0. Tech 9 buy-in. I mean, honestly, these rounds have been working out. When Evolved Gaming have been bringing out these pistols, that was the other round that they were able to topple over the weaponry. I mean, granted, they did have Raymond with the hero up, but still. Much more different approach here. Aggression coming through towards Banana. Nade is going to be good here, but they're all wrapping in towards Arch. Zero going to fire down range here with the AWP. Finds himself a double, but Shond is good for a second kill there and might just crack open this A bomb site. Yes, they will. There's still, I mean, there's no one else to take care of it. Tinky Winky is close by, but they've got an op as well as an M4. K has been heard running through apartments. Oh, but he's good for the headshot. And even still, the op rains out as well. And these ecos have been the bane of DTO's existence in this first half. They haven't had a good answer to them so far. They've been able to win a couple. Even that one was in a 5v3 situation, I believe. That still went awry. There you go, though. Tinky Winky finds the one dig. He is sprayed down, though, and this round goes about as you'd expect. Zero is able to retrieve an AK at the very least. They should know exactly where the last two remaining players are. Maybe not Zero, though. Have to be aware of him. They will start to make their way in towards B as a pack unit here. Right call from Evolved Gaming. And that should net them another round. Saving on to that AK here is Zero. Leon, hold on to a deagle here. Maybe trying to go for some exits as he does seem to be edging closer and closer towards CT spawn. But Evolved Gaming take the safer route. And I really, really like that Zero was able to hold on to this AK. That's going to be huge for DTO. You can see that he is only on $3,800 in his back pocket. But because of the fact that he was able to hold on to that, he can drop over an M4 to Tinky Winky. But you can get a really, really good buy-in coming through from DTO. Whereas if he didn't have that AK, we'd be looking at, you know, maybe a couple MP9s in this round. Instead, not the case. DTO got a really good buy-in and a good chance to try and close out this half with a win. And it needs to be said that Inferno has become way, way less T-side, or rather CT-sided over the years. This map used to be more towards the 10-5 half, really close range angles. Over the years, obviously, things have opened up a little bit, especially towards Banana, make it a little bit easier here. But look at this aggression. Speaking of Banana, we've got one kill, and Gospel's good for a second transfer. Nice headshots, and he's taking limited damage. He's able to isolate his team from the rest of them as they are looking to push through the smoke. I mean, that's such a risk, knowing what Gospel's already done to you. Gets an AK as well. These headshots can come down range even quicker, and K's going to phase the smoke. But Gospel taking this longer range approach here might just favor him. Yeah, the smoke will fade, and he'll see him first. Huge stuff. Zero's good for another frag here, and it's just Raymond. Left it to the 1v3. Finds another one and remains on 1 HP. Fast flanks coming through from the two remaining players. We'll see if he's aware of it. Oh, they should have the trade at the very least. Leon's good for the frag instead, and it will be DTO winning the half at the very tail end. for the second half to get underway. Just probably having a little halftime discussion. Loving these profile pictures as well. Oh, we're seeing some tic-tac-toe. Looks like a draw here for the first one. Oh! Okay. So we just got a draw. No one's winning the tic-tac-toe matchup. We'll head into the second half here. Could get things rolling very soon. Right now we're seeing everyone move as a unit. This is going to be a fast B-side play here. Quick up banana. That's how we're going to roll. CT smokes off as well, and they're going to start to make their move on. Oh, static. He's good for the one through the smoke. The flashbang's countered from them, and Praise, he's good for a couple as well. 3K in from Newbox. And last one, stuck in the corner here. Crazy to close it out with a 4K. An immediate shutdown on the pistol round, and it's crazy to do it as well. That is lovely stuff coming through from the CT side. Full eco, as the bomb didn't go down for DTO. They're going to go for those full ecos. I don't blame them as well. I like this call because of how good the rifle rounds have looked. We saw that so far. Evolved have picked up both pistols. And I mean, there was some really, really good counter utility in that last one. So, obviously, hard to lock down those sights when you can't see. Raymond playing around the pillars to perfection. Or 2K so far. Especially good as he does have that MP9 here. Might come back to bite him in the next round. But for now, he'll be able to have his fun. Another frag inbound here. Should have heard that balcony drop. And the last one in. 4K from Raymond now. It's back-to-back 4Ks. Last round we saw Prazy. This round we see Raymond. You can see that puts him in a healthy position. 6.1K to his name. And 9 rounds to Evolve Gaming here. Holding on to this bonus round, though. We'll see if that's too much of a risk or if it works out. Flash being set up here towards banana. And if Evolved Gaming win this, it would be so crucial to building up a CT side economy. They're taking a risk by holding on to these MP9s and not upgrading to the A4s or FAMASas. Here can be the problem. But if you win it, it's so worth it. B-side execute lining in. And well, there you go. It's about what the MP9s can do here. One more in the back of New Box, and he shouldn't be able to get anything done here. Yeah, Shun's going to be found out. Should be able to make their way towards site, and we should continue with some even score lines from these two. Oh my god, Leon straight through the smoke. 0 on top of the emo boxes, and Crazy with the only rifle and a full belt of utility. Really good that he bails on out of this and stays alive here. They're chasing him though. And this angle, this is going to be risky. Yeah, that one about as you'd expect. And now here FAMAS is out. But if this round goes awry, DTO will put themselves in the driver's seat in terms of trying to close this match out. We get ever so close. Raymond misses the op shot, gets punished for it. A lot of damage onto the opper. Luckily it is at AWP, so there's not too much to worry about. And there's a smoke that I believe they were trying to line up there in the first half. That one makes a whole lot more sense. Out towards boiler though. Devs is gonna go. Still got super steady 3-man setup in this A bomb site. So a non-commitment round here. They're just defaulting to taking map control. Oh, an off angle from Raymond, but he actually gets found out. Tinky Winky has that left side peek, and that'll put the favor back into DTO here. The execute starts to roll on towards B, and they're going to couple it with the CT side player. Or player in Arch, rather. And he doesn't make his move on. Instead, he just holds to cut off the rotations. That's huge. On top of that, there's one player in the back of sight burning down. He's good for 2, but the overwhelming numbers do come in. Zero's found the frag, and it's just sprays into the 1v3. Looking to make a round off of this, but truly I think he should hold on to his loss, and that's exactly why. Zazder going to strike to the economy of Evolved Gaming here, and again, it's the rifle rounds that just look so promising. Even that lurk coming through as well. I believe it was from Zero. In that last round. So solid. Now timeout's going to be called here. But that was such a good round lined up. They just took map control so systematically. They had that bomb dropped in a pretty neutral location towards the bottom of Banana. 3 players to work with off brackets. So they were able to sneak a player in off of that map control into Arches, and from then on out, DTO just took full control of that round. I head up Banana here. Pre-firing from Tinky Winky to find the opening pick. Can't even get that flashbang in time. Dev's playing under the stairwell. Found himself a frag. The execution in towards this A bomb site's working out swimmingly. One more to go. And Crazy's good for a kill. Hasn't gotten that rifle just yet, but he's going to be trapped here in apartment. Full swing in. Nice reaction there. Get a little bit of tracking coming through from Devs, and the last frag does come through from Gospel. Still, though, it's double safe territory in from Evolved Gaming, and they'll be forced to go in for a half by here. Lots of utility raining on out. Oh, and some nades do come down the range. They have made their way in towards a nice little gap, but it's going to be Devs playing in the underpass to find 2 frags. Got it going for a kill of his own. He'll go down. John has found himself an AK here. And another frag here. Some economic damage inbound, but that's all it'll be. 9-12 here. DTO continue their rifle round dominance. Got such solid rifle rounds here. Doesn't seem to be well reacted to. Oh, and the chicken killing as well. Now we've got ourselves a banana side aggression. Kinky Winky gonna go down early on here. He was alone, and so no trades are available. Finally, a man advantage, maybe some momentum, but maybe not for long as well. The utility is so good though. Grenades onto the feet of 2. do the trick right there in terms of scaring off DTO from any further aggression in Banana. Instead, it's going to be an A-side scale up here. Raymond found himself 2 kills with the op, and the pit player is good for 1 as well. All he needed to do, as it will be 0. The minute left to the round. Finally, it looks like they have an answer. Nice gap there as well. Solid stuff from Aim and X. And now it's going to be aggression. But look at that. Devs is good for 2 kills. A Molotov burns 1 up. And the AK does as well. A 1-for-1 trade. A's pretty much mopped up here. 1 more to go. Devs gets caught with his utility out. At the very least, is spotted out static. Gonna go for that frag. Oh my god, Leon is good for the kill. And there you go. An immediate response from DTO. That was disgusting. Good lord. I mean, because of the pretty clean round that they had in the last one, they'll be able to get another buy-in right there, but it's gonna be a little bit rough if they don't win this one. And more utility. Raymond's down to 6 HP from the utility alone. Changes his path here to an angle of apartment. And we'll see if Devs gives him the kill here. You gotta be careful. No, he's going to bail on out. So much map control early on for DTO, though. They've got a world to work with here. Static, I mean, is he going to go for this peek down middle? Looks like he might. In the smoke, K's going to find 1. Spamming down for another here. A gap in that smoke to work off of. The smoke will fade away there, and a kill back from Tiki Winky. Instead of man advantage, but still a couple low HP bars that you have to worry about. Raymond rocking with only 6 HP. K, 46. Now into the 3v3 here on the A-bomb site. There's a 4th player making the way with bomb, but only 3 players to defend this A-bomb site. One of them is going to be the low HP bar of Raymond X, and the utility is going to try to isolate them from their positions. Devs is good for the first kill, turning around, spams 1 through the smoke here, 1 more in the back of the site, has to clear the op here, he gets legged, and he's good for 3. That round's over and done with. DTO will take it. 14 on the board. As you can see, the remaining players of K and Shond, they don't want anything to do with this round. They don't want anything to do with trying to fight with Devs. And I can understand why. A little bit of a hunt here from Tinky Winky. Could find out 1. Hey, might have just given him a chance here. Has to clear out a lot of angles. Sandbag's one of them. We'll see if Tinky Winky is cautious here. Nope, not going to be so. Oh, he almost found the reaction shot there. Actually was able to fire off a shot at him. I mean, that is very impressive to say the least here. As Leon is going to walk into a crossfire. And yeah, from the side. They do drop 2 weapons towards the tail end, but DTO can really take this game here and now. At least take match point. What a heroic round, though, coming through from Devs right there, man. Solid stuff from him. Pause gets called, but a pause also gets expired here. And so we'll move back into the matchup. Got an auto shotty here from Raymond. That'll be an interesting one. Couple bits of utility raining down the line. towards Banana, and they will open things up, but they won't check for Tiki Winky, who finds himself the first, transfers for a second, and does maintain that man advantage. Okay, well, not for long. The utility lane's range down, but it's Tevs on A once again, who's kept things in good position for DTO. Spots out Prazy as well. Here's the drop down, and Prazy's put himself in a tough spot in the back of pit. Dink coming through, Gospel taken down low, but Devs is a menace on this A bomb site, finds 2 entries. Sean is good for the spam through the smoke to take down Gospel, but it's going to be a tough retake. He's looking to make his way in towards the cubby. Maybe try and make his way through the smoke as well here, but the smoke's been recycled, so it's forced to wait even longer. A gap to work off of, but a gap not for long here. Sean's going to push through, and he has to clear the site. Angle, crossfire in, and Leon finds the headshot to close it out. 15 on the board here, and a disaster in terms of economy for Evolved Gaming. You can look at their buy up here. It's MP9s in play. It's going to be the same case as we saw in the last round. Sean's good for an M4 here. Static might get a Moss. Still, versus these AKs, and with how solid DTO have been on these gun rounds, we're looking at maybe limited time. Evolved Gaming's days could be numbered here, especially with their flawless season so far. They might not be able to hold on to it any longer, and DTO to take it from them. As you can see, some fights towards Banana. Opening frag already going in way. Sean's trying to find the trade, but just can't find it. And so he's still maintaining that 4v5 advantage and a lacking defense on this B-bomb site. We'll see if the likes of Prazy can make it in time here. Needs to be quick about it. Smoke goes in towards CT. He's got a flashbang to help out Sean. That's going to rain over towards the top of New Box. And once they start to look his direction, he'll be able to throw that in. But it's going to be up to Sean to hold down the line, dodging up on that flashbang, and that's the last bit of utility that they're going to use here. Another one in, but it's too late. Gospel's found the frag, and that speed bomb site compromised. Low HP bars as well. Tiki Winky with the op, flashed off the angle here. He's blinded up through the wall. Static's going to find the kill. Can they find the trade here? Yes. Zero's good for it, and that makes things a whole lot more complicated. Prazy through the smoke. He's been blinded up. It's going to be spotted out soon. Oh my god, Prazy's good for the headshot. But now, Leon's pushed through CT spawn. It's going to make this round a whole lot harder. 10-second defuse, and he's just going to go for it. It's going to be a risk, and it might just work out. Not finding it. Knife is out. Mile in like this. Prazy's getting knifed, and they will find him. Zero with the knife kill to close it out. And what a game we just saw coming through from both sides, but quite a interesting way to end it. It will be DTO ending Evolved Gaming's flawless season, and they will move on to 8-1 in the season as well. Congratulations to them. Fantastic matchup that we just saw. I mean, we did see Evolved Gaming win both pistol rounds as well, so the fact that DTO were able to close that in that sort of fashion is super impressive. Those gun rounds really speak for themselves. T side, just taking that systematic map control. You couldn't have asked for anything else from DTO. Great way to close the match out, as that puts them at a comfortable position. I mean, they are, I believe, 2 wins off of securing playoffs, which is what everyone's trying to do in intermediate. You get that move up in towards main or advanced if you win IM. So set your sights towards that. But as they do enter into their, actually it's just 7-1 so far. No, it is 8-1. They inch ever closer. And actually, with only 14 matches in the season, they will probably secure playoffs with that victory alone. So congratulations to them. And good luck to them in the future, guys. But that's all I have for you today. Make sure to go and show some love over to DTO if you enjoyed the stream, if you enjoyed the broadcast. Thank them for bringing me out here. You can find their Twitter over at DTO_GG. Link maybe can be here. There you are. But yeah, thank you all so much for tuning in. That's all I have for you. Peace out, and have a wonderful night.